What up, nerds? For years, cloud gaming has been pitched as the future of gaming. No console, no expensive PC, just press play. But behind the scenes, there's been quite a problem no one really talks about. Cloud gaming is expensive and it doesn't scale cleanly. Now we're seeing reports that Xbox Cloud Gaming may soon introduce an ad-supported access tier. And while that might sound like a feature update or a very small update, it actually signals something much bigger, because ads don't show up when a business is thriving, they show up when the math starts to matter. Today, we're going to break down what's actually happening, why Microsoft would even consider ads, and what does this mean for consumers, and whether this is a warning sign or a necessary evolution. No hype, no doom posting, just incentives, costs, and consequences. Let's begin. So here's what we know versus what's being reported. Let's start by separating facts from reporting. These are the confirmed facts. Microsoft already operates the Xbox Cloud Gaming Pass as part of the Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. Cloud gaming requires dedicated servers, hardware, bandwidth, and ongoing operational costs. Microsoft has publicly stated multiple times that it wants to expand cloud access beyond console owners. None of that is controversial. This is just industry reporting. Multiple outlets, including Tech PowerUp, Windows Central, and The Verge, have reported UI messages referencing ad-supported play sessions, session limits commonly cited as around 1 hour per session, and a free or lower cost cloud access tier separated from the Game Pass Ultimate. Now, Microsoft has not officially announced this yet, so this stays in the reporting bucket. Here's some logical interference, right? This isn't a random experiment. If you see multiple UI strings, internal testing, and aligned reporting, it usually means this product exists internally. The finance and the infrastructure teams have already signed this off or in the process of signing off, and the company is testing demand elasticity. This is not speculation, that's how large platform ships features. So why cloud gaming is so hard to make profitable? Here's the part most marketing decks skip. Cloud gaming does not equal Netflix. With streaming, one stream can be cached. Same content serves millions, marginal cost per user is low. With cloud gaming, every player needs live compute. Every session spins up GPU resources. Costs scale literally with usage. In simple terms, one more player equals one more virtual console running somewhere. That's expensive. The margin problem? Simple math. Let's keep this conceptual, no invented numbers. Hardware depreciation, power and cooling, bandwidth, maintenance, and regional data centers. Now compare that to a flat monthly subscription fee, heavy users who play dozens of hours, and casual users who barely log in. The heavy user consumes disproportionate resources, but pay the same price. That's a fine for a while, but it's not a fine at a scale. So why ads are the logical pressure valve? This is where ads enter the picture, not because Microsoft wants ads, but because ads solve economic problems. Here's the cause. Cloud gaming costs rise directly with usage, right? The effect is free trials and casual users are expensive if they binge. The consequence? So you either cap usage, charge more, or monetize time itself. Ads monetize minutes, not just subscribers. That's the key. So why does this look a lot like GeForce Now? If this sounds familiar, it should. NVIDIA GeForce Now uses this model. The free tier, the session limits, the priority paid access, queue times for non-paying users. And here's the important part. It works. Not perfectly, but sustainably. Microsoft isn't copying NVIDIA because they're desperate. They're copying NVIDIA because the physics of cloud gaming are the same for everyone. These are some commonly objections. Ads will ruin gaming. Well, only if they're intrusive. Based on reporting, ads appear before sessions, right? Not mid-game, and with a time-limited play. That's closer to a free-to-play onboarding model than a mobile game spam. But this also means that Game Pass is failing? No? Well, this actually protects Game Pass. If free users subsidize themselves via ads, paid subscribers can get a ad-free access, get priority hardware, and avoid congestion. So that's segmentation, not collapse. But it is a slippery slope. It's only a slope if ads bleed into paid tiers. So far, there's no evidence of that. So here's the real strategic driver no one's really talking about. This isn't about gaming, it's about platform reach. Microsoft doesn't need every cloud user to be profitable. They need account creation, ecosystem lock-in, store attachment, and some cross-selling potential. A free ad-supported tier lowers the friction, expands funnel, and preserves that premium value. Think of it like a Costco sample, not the meal. So let's talk about consumer impact. What's the trade-off here? The upsides, free access without hardware. Entry point for new gamers, more choice, not less. The downside, time limits. Oof. Lower priority during peak hours. Ads as friction, but importantly, no one loses what they already paid for. Isn't that what matters? So what's this signal about the industry as a whole? This move suggests three things. Cloud gaming is here to stay, for sure. It needs smarter monetization. The end of an era of free unlimited access is ending, not because companies are greedy, but because servers aren't free. So, in the end, is this a crisis or a course correction? This isn't the death of the Xbox cloud gaming. It's the moment where economics meets ambition, scale meets reality, and the business model matters. Ads aren't a failure signal. They're a sign that cloud gaming is a move from experiment to infrastructure. If you found this breakdown helpful, consider subscribing. This channel focuses on why tech decisions happen, not just what happened. And if you want to follow up comparing Xbox cloud gaming versus GeForce Now versus PlayStation's approach, let me know. Consider giving this video a like. I'll see you later, nerds. There we go.